Good morning, students. Let's continue the topic cash flow statement, in which we just practice today how the cash flow from investing activities are to be calculated. If you remember, in our previous lectures, we have already discussed that what are investing activities. Investing activities means all those activities which are related to the acquisition, or we can say purchase and disposal or sale of long-term assets as well as other investments, which are not included in cash and cash equivalent. So while calculating the cash from investing activities, all the proceeds from the sale of fixed assets are to be added. All the payments of fixed assets for the purchase are to be deducted. Proceeds from sale of non-current investments are added. Proceeds for purchase, payments for purchase of non-current investment will be deducted. Interest received on debentures added. Received, it means it's an inflow for the business. Dividend received, inflow for the business. On shares is also to be added. In this way, by adding and subtracting all these items, we just come to know that what is the net cash inflow or used in investing activity. Let's do illustration number 20, then it will be more clear to you that how to deal with this. See, here the statement floating on the screen: from the following particulars, calculate the cash from investing activities. Plant, investment, goodwill, patents. Some are the tangible assets are given to us, some intangible assets are given to us. Their purchase value as well as sale value is given. So please don't forget the goodwill and the patent rights are to be dealt in the operating activities that we have done yesterday, because these are the intangible assets. But if we talk about the tangible assets, which are plant and investment, these are related to the investing activities. These included in the calculation of cash from or cash used in investing activity. Some further information related to interest received on debenture held as investment rupees 8,000, interest paid on debenture issued, dividend received on issue of shares, dividend paid on equity share. A plot of land was purchased out of the surplus fund for investment purpose and was let out for the commercial use of rent received, that is 30,000. So let's start the question. The value of the plant purchased as well as sold is given to us. Along with that, any further information is given? No. So purchase of plant will be deducted because outflow of the cash is there, and proceeds from sale of plant will be added because the inflow of cash of 2 lakh just because of sale of plant is to be done in the business. Then investments, purchase as well as sales are given to us. The sale cost and outflow and inflow of the cash, that's why it will be added, and purchase of investment cost outflow, so it will be subtracted, that is 2,40,000 rupees. Further, we know very well that the goodwill written off is always shown in the operating activity. But see the difference. Please mark in your books and highlight this point. Here the goodwill purchased is given to us instead of written off. In this question, please mark this point. Goodwill is not written off. Instead of writing off, the goodwill is purchased here. So in this question, just because of purchase of goodwill, the consideration is to be paid by the business. So this is cause an outflow of cash, and 1 lakh rupees will be deducted as well. Please mark a star against this point because you find this point different from the concept that you did in the previous questions. Then the next one is the proceeds from sale of patents. The patents has been sold here. It is not written off. That's why proceeds from sale of patent is also to be added here. Related to investing activity, all the interest received, dividend received will also be added. So interest received, Dividend received, rent received will be added because these are the inflow of investing activity. By adding and subtracting all these items, finally we will get the net cash used in investing activity. In this way, we can find out, we can calculate what are the cash flows from investing activities. See, mark one point, the dividend paid and interest paid is also given to us. But whatever the payment is made, is to be shown in the financing activities. So it is not shown while calculating the cash flow from investing activities. In investing activities, only the receipt, dividend received, rent received, interest received is to be considered. Please mark this point in your books as well. Now, the next point, preparation of fixed asset account at the written down value basis, how it is to be done. Many times in the question, see, illustration number 21. This type of information additionally given to you related to investing activity like the value of the plant and machinery on the opening date and closing date is given to us, and extra information like depreciation purchased during the year 85,000 rupees, plant and machinery having the written down value of rupees 1,10,000 was sold for rupees 1,25,000. So whenever in the question along with the value of the assets, this kind of additional information is given to you, you have to prepare two accounts. One is your plant and machinery account, and if the accumulated depreciation is given to you, then accumulated depreciation account is also to be prepared. That will be learned in the further questions. But in this question, accumulated depreciation is not there. Only the depreciation charge during the year to given to us, and some additional information related to plant and machinery is also given. So that's why we have to prepare the plant and machinery account over here. Plant and machinery account. See, it is the account of the asset. So the balance brought down, the opening balance start with the debit side. The closing balance is to be shown in the credit side by balance carried down. First of all, you have to show the opening and closing balance which are given in the statement. Then by bank account, whatever the sale proceeds, because whenever any asset is sold out, the entry will become bank account debit to plant and machinery account. And in plant and machinery account, the entry is to be posted by bank account. Depreciation reduce the value of the fixed assets. That's why by depreciation is also shown on the credit side. 85,000 depreciation that is charged during the year is to be credited as well. Now, see, in the second point, the written down value is 1,10,000, which is sold for 1,25,000. It means the business is selling the plant and machinery at the more value than the market value of that. Market value is more than the book value. The book value is, that is written down in the books, is 1,10,000, while they are selling their plant and machinery at rupees 1,25,000 in the market. It means they are getting 15,000 more. That 15,000 is to be shown as to profit on sale on the debit side of plant and machinery account. Please mark it. How you calculate 15,000? Mark in bracket over here. I'm also marking the text. Please mark here in bracket that how you calculate the profit on sale. It's 1,25,000 minus 1 lakh. If we deduct this amount, 1,25,000 1,25,000 minus 85,000 first. That is the depreciation. And you will get the balance . whatever the calculation I am just doing here, please do in your books as well, along with this point, that is related to profit on sale. The profit on sale, the value of the market value that we are selling, that is 1,25,000 minus 1,10,000. Because it is given over here, the book value is 1,10,000 and 1,20,000 is the market value. 1,25,000 minus 1,10,000, 15,000 will be the profit on sale. Please mark in your books how you calculated the profit on sale. I hope all these points are clear to you, that how we have calculated see. First of all, the balance is clear to everybody, I hope, because it is the balance that is given in the opening date. This is the balance which is given on closing date, that is balance carried down. Now, whatever the sales are there, it is to be shown the sales. Whatever the proceeds are to be done, it is shown in sales. Then you will get the 1,25,000, 85,000 balance is there, that is 8,60,000. The opening balance is 7,20,000. The profit is 15,000. By adding and subtracting all these items, finally we will get the balance, that is 3,35,000. That is our balancing figure. You will find in this way, this will be the balancing figure. You will find this balancing figure, 3,35,000. How you come to know these figures? 1,25,000 from the sale proceeds, 85 from the depreciation. The balance is available to us on the credit side. We deduct 7,20,000, the opening balance, the profit on sale 15,000, and finally we will get this balance, that is 3,35,000. In this way we can solve this type of question, and we identify all the items that is related to our investing activities. Now let's come to the solution part and see in investing activities. Proceeds from sale of plant and machinery is to be shown, that is 1,25,000. Payment for purchase of plant and machinery, that is 3,35,000 is to be shown. I hope the question is arising in your mind, then what to do with depreciation and profit on sale. Please don't forget, yesterday we have done the cash from operating activities. While doing the calculation of operating activities, the profit or loss on sale of any fixed assets as well as the depreciation is to be considered. So out of this plant and machinery account, the only entries related to the investment by selling proceeds or by purchasing. Sale and purchase of fixed assets are to be, or investment are to be considered while preparing the cash flow from investing activity, while the profit or loss on sale of assets as well as the depreciation is always shown while considering the calculation of cash from operating activity. I hope this concept is clear to you, that how the plant and machinery account is to be prepared. Now let's see and come to the next point, in which along with machinery, the value of asset, the accumulated depreciation is also given to us. Whenever this type of information is given to us, then how to deal with this? The previous questions, which are illustration number 23 and 22, are very similar to the point that we have discussed. So you have to do it yourself and feel free anytime to take the query if you find any difficulty in that. Now the case 2, when the fixed account is given on the original cost basis. When the cost is given to you as well as the accumulated depreciation account. If you remember in the 11th class, in the depreciation accounting, we people have studied earlier that when the prepared depreciation account is separately prepared, what happened in that case? It means your fixed assets are always shown on the original cost. Whatever the original cost is there, it will remain as it is. No depreciation has been deducted out of that, because a separate account for the depreciation is to be prepared, and every year the depreciation has been accumulated in that particular account. Just because of that, whatever the asset related to this, it is only shown on the original cost, because the depreciation is shown in the accumulated depreciation account. The same thing is given the illustration number 24 that is floating on the screen. The balances of machinery account, accumulated depreciation account as on 31st March 2018 and 19 are given below. The balances of machinery are given to us. The opening balance is 5 lakh while the closing balance is 6 lakh. If I talk about the accumulated depreciation accounts, its opening balance is 1,64,000 while the closing balance is 1,80,000. Now, some additional information is also given to us. During the year, machinery costing rupees 1 lakh, accumulated depreciation thereon 44,000 was sold for rupees 30,000. I hope one question arises in your mind that here above the accumulated depreciation is given to us, whereas the accumulated depreciation is given again. Please mark this point. The accumulated depreciation that is given below the amount of machinery, it is the depreciation related to the whole machinery, while the accumulated depreciation that is 44,000 is given over here. It is related to that part of machinery that is costing rupees 1 lakh and that is sold for rupees 30,000. I hope this concept is clear to everybody. Please mark star against these 2 points in your book. Mark 1 star against the accumulated depreciation that is given as opening and closing balance 1,64,000 and 1,80,000, and 1 of the accumulated depreciation that is related to the particular machine costing rupees 1 lakh which is sold for rupees 30,000. Its depreciation is 44,000. Please mark these 2 types of depreciation, because we have to consider these 2 depreciation whenever you prepare the machinery account. See, the opening balance is to be taken first 5 lakh, the closing balance 6 lakh is to be taken. Now, by bank account, the sale proceeds is 30,000. The depreciation on the machinery sold, that is 44,000. Now, the value of the machinery is 1 lakh. It is sold for rupees, and the accumulated depreciation is 44, sold for rupees 30,000. It means the loss is bearing by the business on this machinery while selling out, it is 26,000 rupees. So you have to mark the loss on sale of machine as well. If the value of the sale price will be more, it is shown on the another side, that will be profit. In this way, by putting all these items, we can get the balancing figure, that is 2 bank account at the time of purchase of machinery. Now I have the answer of your query that I know very well that is floating in your mind, that when the accumulated depreciation is given 2 times, what to do with that? The opening and closing balance of accumulated depreciation is to be shown in the accumulated depreciation account. First, the opening balance 1,64,000 is given over here, and closing balance, that is 1,80,000 is given. The depreciation on the machinery sold is known as the current year depreciation, that is shown over here to machinery account. Accumulated depreciation account, the depreciation given on the machinery sold, the entry will become accumulated depreciation account debit to machinery account. As the value of machinery is reducing, so machinery account will be credited, and depreciation is a kind of loss for the business, so it will be debit. The entry will become depreciation account debit to machinery account, and in accumulated depreciation account, it will be posted like to machinery account. Now we have three values: opening and closing value, as well as the depreciation on machinery. Now what to do? By getting the balancing figure, what will we get? We will get the 80,000, that is the depreciation known as current year depreciation. Please mark it what to do with this. This is shown in operating activity. Please mark the current year depreciation is always shown in the current year depreciation is always shown in the operating activity. Please write down and note it down in your books. And the depreciation that is given on the machinery or any asset for sale is shown on the debit side of accumulated depreciation account. The current year depreciation is shown on the credit side of accumulated depreciation account, and it is treated in operating activities, and accumulated depreciation on any machinery or asset sold is shown on the debit side of accumulated depreciation account. Please don't get confused between these two types of accumulated depreciation. So now let's come to the solution part finally. The net profit is given to us. No, it is not given over here. Only the machinery related information is given to us. So we will just keep a blank there. Depreciation charge on machinery, that is 80,000. Loss on sale of machinery, that is 26,000. It will become the cash from operating activity, and cash flow from investing activity, sale of machinery and purchase of machinery. In this way, we have to deal with the depreciation. So these are the points that is related to your investing activity. The next question is absolutely similar like this, in which more than one assets are given to you, and whenever the current investments are non-current investments are given to you, you have to use the same method. In case of investment only, instead of sale and purchase, the sources and uses are given to you. In case of investment, the two words are being used, that is your sources and uses. Sources means from where the investments inflow are coming, and uses means where the outflow related to investments are used. Only the words are different, otherwise the treatment will remain same as we did in case of non-current assets. I hope today's concept is clear to everybody. Now I request the students to raise your hands. I request the students to raise your hands if you have any query. Let's start the query session. Recording option चला गया. Pause recording option.